Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina astafa amma ba'd. As people, we all like to be happy, to be healthy, to have a good job, car, clothes, house, home, food, drink, and overall a good life. Is there anything wrong with it? Absolutely not. In fact, we should all strive to earn halal and live a good life in obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now, since we call ourselves Muslims, and as Muslims, we are taught a complete and a perfect way of life by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now obviously, we know that, right? If that is the case, then we must understand that this religion of ours gives us directions and encourages us to think for more than just oneself, rather for everyone else. As our Prophet was sent as mercy for the whole entire creation. As it's mentioned in Surah Al-Anbiya verse 107, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the world. So likewise, we are supposed to worry about others and be merciful to the creation, especially to our fellow human being. As the saying goes, that it's easy to say that I'm a human being, but it's difficult being human. Take that in for a second. Yes, being human could be difficult at times, and that's what the Prophet ﷺ came to teach us. He taught us to be selfless and not selfish, to care about others, to look out for each other. That's what it means to be a human in its true sense. I want to share with you an incident that took place a few years back that really woke me up. And I'm sure you'll understand what I'm trying to say once you hear it as well, inshallah. Once I met a Jewish brother, and he was an older gentleman. He was very respectful in his speech, and he spoke very nicely to me. After a few minutes of chatting and getting to know each other briefly, he said to me, "You look like a man of knowledge and a person of faith." I guess he said that partly because of my attire and because I had told him that I'm an imam at the masjid down the road. He said to me, "Tell me in one sentence, what is Islam?" At first I was thinking to myself, it's a piece of cake, and I'll answer him no problem. But then, as I opened my mouth, I realized it was much harder than what I had thought. And eventually he stopped me and said, "Only one sentence." Because clearly at that point, I had already used more than one sentence. He then went on to answer the question himself. And this is what he said. Islam is to love for others what you love for yourself. Subhanallah. I was left speechless. I mean absolutely speechless and dumbfounded. I said, "Subhanallah, a Jewish man taught me a great lesson today." And obviously this wasn't anything new to me, as I already knew this, but obviously hearing it from him, it left an unforgettable imprint in my mind. He was basically referring to a tradition of our beloved Prophet ﷺ, where he said, "لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه وفي رواية حتى يحب لجاره ما يحب لنفسه." That none of you will have faith until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. And in another narration, the Prophet ﷺ said, until he loves for his neighbor what he loves for himself. Sahih al-Bukhari. So having said that, in this blessed month of Ramadan, while we fast and we have sufficient food for our suhoor, and we know that we will have a nice iftar at the end of the day, how about those fellow brothers and sisters of ours who might not have the means and maybe they're just fasting perpetually? What about those people to whom Ramadan is no different than any other months because they're hungry throughout the whole year? What about the less fortunate ones? What about those who live day to day and hand to mouth? Who will come to their aid? This is what our Islam teaches us, and this is our responsibility as Muslims to fulfill the needs of the needy. And let us not be greedy. So please, open your hearts in this blessed month and give from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with, and bring happiness to someone else. Especially those of us who have to give zakat on our wealth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to come forward and stand beside those who have no one and help them with whatever we can. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.